Mage and Priest. Alright, so we got Mage and Priest versus Warlock and Rogue. So the ultimate control lineup down bottom coming from our newcomer ECOUTEPASCA. ECOUTEPASCA? ECOUTEPASCA? I don't know if I pronounced that right. BBQPK, also Carrot, also known aka Carrot, playing some Rogue and Warlock. So at this point in time, I think I gotta give it to Barbecue. I mean, he's playing a slightly aggressive lineup, a slightly more aggressive lineup. We have the ultimate control lineup coming from Ecoute. So I don't know. The Rogue, he's got saps. He's going to be able to basically remove any large creatures in a way. It's just a matter of whether or not that Rogue can get past the Mage. If he can use some small minions here to pressure, he's going to win this game. If he can't, then it's going to go in the favor of Control Mage. So we'll see the Control. We're going to see the Control Warlock come out from Barbecue, and I think he's done the correct choice here, right? So it's a matter of, can he find Rin? Can he find Rin in time? And if he can't, and obviously he does, he finds Rin immediately. And so at this point in time, I gotta say this is heavily favored in Barbecue's favor. He's almost guaranteed going to win this game as long as he plays it right. And then Pasca's gonna have to dig deep. He's gonna have to find it. So hero power coming out from Barbecue. And I think, and then yeah, Barbecue's gonna have 2 games to find with this Rogue, and I think we're gonna have to see Pasca. I mean, I don't want to count him out, right? Like there's a lot of things you can do with this Priest. There's a lot of things you can steal. This Oracle is gonna. He chooses not to tap as well. He says, I have everything I need with the Rin. Why do I need anything else? This game, very Rin oriented. I think you'd pick Mind Control there out of those 3 choices. Yeah. You're not going to be fighting for anything. I don't know if Pasca's here, if he's listening to the broadcast, but we're going to overtime. Is something I would say if we were going to Game 3. Void Lord's a good choice. I think you just go for the value here. That being said, we do know that Void Lord's going to get stolen. So Crystalline Oracle comes out. Hero power? Question mark? Question mark? That's the dot of the question mark. Been a while since I've seen your face. So yeah, I like getting the Crystalline Oracles out here, just drawing them as much as quick as possible. The Zola's already in hand, so we're gonna have pretty much infinite healing here from Pasca. I mean, that infinite healing's got to come out when we already have Dark Pact. So turn 7, we're just gonna see Rin become Dark Pacted, right? Barbecue, he should know. I gotta assume that he's played this matchup quite a bit. From what I remember correctly, he crushed the last one really strong. So, like, he's just gotta survive, right? He's just gotta play this Rin, take as little damage as possible, try and find himself a Gul'dan so that he has infinite healing as well, and then laugh his way to victory. Ha 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 ha. I lost the game. And there's a story behind that. But yeah, I totally lost it. And I don't think he's just holding on to his cards. He doesn't need any, he says. No card for you. You play Duskbreaker here? I think you play Duskbreaker here. Try and get some semblance of pressure on there. Draw first. Doesn't matter what you do first. So yeah, draw first, Duskbreaker. And then yeah, try and get some semblance of pressure up there. And instead, what we're going to do is we're going to draw a second Stonehill Defender, Duskbreaker. So I'd like to see him pick something small this time, if possible. Homunculus is perfect. Could Stonehill Defender again, but I'd like to just see Homunculus. I think he's 6 mana. It doesn't let me view it. Yeah, so picks a second Rin for some reason. Just in case the first one wasn't enough. Gets rid of a card. I find the use of that throwing away that Defia was a little strange. I wonder why he did that. So he could Rin Darkpact this turn. But he could also burn a card with Defile. So what would the third card have been? So, okay, so he would have burned the Duskbreaker if that was the case. Not that terrible draw, so it didn't work out that well in his favor. But I mean, if it was Benedictus, that'd be pretty hilarious. So we can see Hellfire just come out next turn, clear the board. Zola's not a really good choice. Stormbrew's not a good choice. I think we're just going to see Hero Power Pass. I don't really see anything else. Gonna burn the coin just to...
Job's done.
Ah, okay. He's gonna actually play the Primordial Drake. Double Twisting Nether. That's gross. That's a lot of value towards, like, not being pressured by minions. It is not very useful in this situation when your opponent is going to be killing you with seals, basically. So we'll see. What do we need here? How does he get rid of this? I think we're just going to see probably Hellfire and then Seal, I would have to assume. Or not Hellfire, Defile. We'll see Defile and the Seal. So the second Defile used. And the first Seal used. So that'll get rid of one card, right? And then I'll leave him at 9 for next turn. Possess Lackey's not really useful. I mean, gotta go fast. MC's so cute. Just choose to use that, and then he's going to burn up 2 cards, so that next turn he can... No, next turn he'll be at 9 mana, so he won't be able to first double seal. And once again, the Priest... That was all the minion pressure the Priest really had, with the exception of these 2 minions. So, like... Job's done. Does heal face. Very important. Make sure that you always heal face regardless of your life total. Choices, choices, choices. Let's see the Void Lord come out, and it's not going to get stolen because he's only at 9 mana. So at this point in time, I'd like to see... I think I'd just like to see the Void Lord come out. I mean, you got to get it out of your hand. I really dislike this choice of the second Rin. Playing 1 Seal, I mean, it feels really weak. It's just a really weak turn in general. We're going to see the second Primordial Drake come out, which is actually really absurd. So he's gonna play the Void Lord, and then he's gonna have to Twisting Nether his own Void Lord. And we're gonna see the seal game plan. It's just gonna, ooh, maybe not. We'll see the skull and a second seal come out and take 10 damage. And this owl's actually gonna come in really handy when it comes down to his own Void Lord. Second seal, so yeah, plays a Defile to get rid of a lot of the board. And he's probably gonna have to heal his own, yeah. I think I would have preferred to see the skull come out last turn as opposed to the Fell Hunter. It would have done the same thing. Only you would have a 9/9, like a 3/9 this turn. And the next turn you'd have a 3/9, and the turn after that. Ah, I see why he's not playing the skull. He can't play the skull until he plays his Rim. That's my apologies. Bad casting on my part. So he understands what's going on. He says, I can't. I need to play it. I need to get it done. Two mind controls in hand now, and Pasca's hand is just full of removal. Just steal and removal and steal and removal. He does keep managing to pull a minion, which is really nice for him. There's been a lot of times here where I've been super scared of basically what's going to happen. I like you need to heal that and then trade, I think. Hellfire. So the dangerous part here for Barbecue is that I'm assuming we're gonna Hellfire and then Final Seal, and that'll trade the board evenly. Plus puts out 6/6. And this game's getting a lot more intense than the last time we saw this matchup, like just half an hour ago, 45 minutes ago, maybe. The Priest wasn't able to put on any pressure, but this time the Priest is putting on actually a very large amount of pressure. And Warlock's really low on health. He needs to find Gul'dan. He's like 1 in 15 for Gul'dan every turn here. And that's not the best dragon. So what, a steal? You could use one of your mind controls to steal it. Yeah, I think that's what the choice here is. He steals it with the 6, and then what do you do? Triple Void Lord, that's what you do. You just saw mind control. You're not technically dead on board, so I think you just gotta play your Void Lords. Play 3 back-to-back Void Lords. Twisting Nether is the second choice. And now he holds on to Azari until Benedictus is played. But we need to find a way to stabilize, right? Barbecue is really dangerous. Almost anything can kill him here. So we could, what, double Spirit Lash? Metal Insect. And there's the Awaken the Makers finally finished. And a Faceless Manipulator is not very useful. Oh no! I think this is 1 turn too late. Why did you... Okay. So he starts the burn immediately. No Benedictus. He says, taking a risk. It'd be hilarious if Benedictus had come out, but that was a really quick Rin in the sort of sense where it's unfortunate that he mind control of Shadow Visions. Yeah, it's got to be a Void Lord. He's got to risk a Void Lord and say, yeah, this is it. A Void Lord followed by a Void Lord followed by a Void Lord. And saying, basically, if you can beat the first Void Lord, you got me. If you can't, there's not a whole lot else I can do. No. Can't Rin. It's got to be a Void Lord. There we go. He pulls it out. He's thinking about it. He's contemplating it. Nails it. Alright, Pasca plays Benedictus. So we gotta have Siphon. I'm assuming we're gonna see Siphon Soul here. Siphon Soul. And then what? No third Spirit Lash, so Siphon Soul. Yeah, just Siphon Soul this turn. And then we're going to see a second Void Lord and then a third Void Lord. And then whenever Gul'dan comes out, that's when it'll happen. Wow, that's a heads-up play. That is not a play that I thought of. A Zola into Azari next turn means that he's now going to have to find a way to pressure with basically 4 life, and then also like out heal the Mara Warden of Hope. And somehow still do it with 4 life, right? Like, yeah, Pasca's far behind in fatigue, but he has Amara, right? Like, he has the ability to just... Oh, I thought that was Gul'dan there for a second. He needs to tap. He needs to tap and play something. What does he need to play here? So... Tap. Rin. Tap Rin, I gotta assume. Would that kill him? That would kill him, actually. So if he taps Rins, that'll be it. He has to play another Void Lord this turn to survive. Because otherwise we'll see a Siphon Soul and a Spirit Lash, which will remove the last 3 minions, and this 10-7 will go face. What is going on? 2, 4, 6. Okay, so Godfrey. So he could tap and play Godfrey, yeah. Not quite enough. Still gonna play Godfrey though. And that's it. We're gonna see. So what is he gonna do? So he can play Rin Spell Power. That's his last bit of healing. And I honestly, I would not have thought of this play. Does he have any way to taunt other than... No, he does not. Otherwise, you could face this Manipulator, the 10-10. The Golden Azari, the Devourer. So I think Pasca has it. I think Zola saved him the day. So it's Bryn Spellstone for sure. And how many? What do we have here? 4. So that's only 5. So it's 9. followed by 10. And that's not enough. 9 followed by 10 is not enough. He needs to find a way. He needed to find a way to put a bunch of extra power on the board here. Oh, I suppose there's that as well. The Siphon Soul. I didn't even think about the Siphon Soul again. I got so excited about the Zarya that I forgot about the Siphon Soul. That's it. Pasca takes down game number 1 in a very good style. I'm excited to see what the next game has to play. So, he now just needs to win 2 games with his Big Spell Mage. 1 game with his Big Spell Mage. And we need to see BBQ take a back-to-back reverse sweep here, and I don't know if he can do it. Both of these decks are very about the Big Spell Mage, right? I like the Rogue pick. I like moving over to your Rogue. He's saying that I think my Rogue pick's a lot better. I want to go into this this last game with a lot of momentum, so I'm excited to see how he's going to be able to handle this, right? The Gluttonous Ooze, perfect. It's a great starting hand. It's going to gain him 1 armor. 1 whole armor and remove a weapon. Which, you'd be surprised, can sometimes make a big difference, especially with a 3/3 body on board. It can swing the board really hard. So, BBQ does do the full mulligan, which I would prefer to see. Doesn't pick up that great a hand, though. No 1-drops, no 2-drops. Does get an Edwin, that's nice. So if for some reason we see the Raven come down, we can see a 6/6 Raven come out, or a 4/4 Raven. So yeah, Raven Familiar, there we go. If a prep comes out, does choose to coin out the Raven Familiar. I wonder why. Traditionally speaking, as Big Spell Mage, oh, that Polymorph is the perfect draw. Traditionally speaking, as Big Spell Mage, if you have a much bigger curve, right? A lot of your higher end stuff is 8 mana Sindragosa, 9 mana Alexstrasza, 9 mana Jaina, right? So using and saving that coin is very important for you to sometimes just live, especially against tempo decks like Rogue, right? So I'd just like to see. I'm assuming we're just going to see backstab, yeah, Edwin. So polymorph into a 4/4 is probably fine here. There's not a lot of big minions you're saving this for. Gluttonous Ooze. He might know who he needs to, right? Like at this point in time, BBQ has just such a dead hand. It's super inefficient right now. Pasca doesn't have Jaina yet, which is really big. But that is just a vanilla 3/2 for 4 feels really bad. And he needs to pick up a 1-drop. There's Frostlich Jaina too. This game is gonna be increasingly hard. We have Dragon's Fury to clear the board. We have Polymorph. We have almost everything required here. I'd like to see Explosive Runes for sure. Does pick Explosive Runes. Trades off the 3/2. That's an interesting choice. Could see a double draw here with Shiv Fan. Fan of Knives. It goes with the dagger play. That's alright as well. He's going to push another 4 damage here. Saves the cheaper spell for Gadgetzan Auctioneer turn, which I hope, praying that he doesn't just bomb the Auctioneer next turn if he picks up like a prep or something like that. Okay, let's see, what do we do? Shiv, Elven Minstrel?
Amazing.
I think we got an Elven Minstrel. I would have preferred to see the Elven Minstrel. You could still trade in the sheep and the hero power and the weapon to trade off the 1-2, right? I would have preferred to see the draw. Rut-row. It's kind of either between Counterspell and Ice Barrier. Healing for 8 is always really good. It's going to help you live a lot longer. I think Ice Barrier is the correct choice here, yeah. And let's see here. What do we got? Henge-Clan Thug, Elven Minstrel. Yeah, and you kind of have to ignore the secret here. Test it for a creature. And finally getting some 1-drops, so we'll be able to see him be able to pressure a little stronger now. But it's going to be really hard for BBQ to be able to punch through. I mean, Pasca's now sitting at 31 HP. He's held. He's got Alex Straza in 2 turns. He's got Jaina in 2 turns. He's got Stonehill Defender this turn. Flame Strike this turn. Just removes the board, right? Like, Gadgets and Auctioneer is just no. I don't think it's going to cut it. Like, especially with a vanilla Eviscerate if he wants to do that this turn. I would maybe, like, I don't mind seeing a, he's going to Vile Spine the 2-2. And we can see BBQ getting a little desperate here. Just does not seem to be able to punch through anything. Sets his opponent to 30. Get Dragons. We could do Dragon's Fury into Stonehill Defender. But maybe I'd prefer to have seen the Dragon's Fury. And the second Henge-Clan Thug, that's really nice pickup. So I would like to see an Auctioneer turn. I think it's time. You push 4 damage to the face. You have an extra mana here. Yeah, you have a backup one. Okay, so yeah, he threatens it for next turn. He says 9. This is the 9 mana turn. If you want to put out a Water Ellie, that's fine. There's the Dragon's Fury. Flame Strike. Prep? No prep. Alright, so second Auctioneer has to come out this turn. I have a feeling he's got to understand that he's super far behind. Backstab. Not gonna cut it. Do we Eviscerate face? I feel like you got to Eviscerate face, right? There's a prep. That could have been useful last turn. So you can prep Sap as well, if nothing comes out. Yeah. And now you're going to put Cold Blood. Ah, I would have Cold Blooded. Ooh, a Polymorph. There's the Polymorph. That's the dangerous one. And second Auctioneer, even though he was golden, that wasn't enough. And we're going to do double Faldori Strider, which is maybe how he gets back into this game. But I mean... That being said, this Arcane Artificer lives. Sapping, it's not really going to do anything. So I'd like to see Frostlich Jaina come out this turn. You're facing down literally 4 damage. Especially with a Water Elemental that trades quite well with that. You can always Frostlich Jaina and then, yeah, Lich King next turn if need be. So Pasca in a commanding position right now to take a 2-0 win over Barbecue. Cuts him down to 15. There's the first. Not enough. There's Leroy, also not enough. Could Leroy into the Water Alley. But I'd probably just like to see Sap Cold Blood into the second Feldori Strider. I mean, that being said, we can see that it would be a mistake. Lich King will come down with a second Sap, and that, yeah. And that is just gonna cut it out. Especially, well, Blizzard will come out next turn as well. Blizzard followed by Water Alley. Or Blizzard Ping. It's even better, because now we have a 3 health creature. Skulking Geist for extra damage in case he wants it, but yeah, Blizzard Ping. Oh, let's heal for 6 as well. Thanks for sapping my 1-2. Next turn, you can even Voodoo Doll, get rid of that. Yeah, at this point in time, it's all over but the crying, unless it's not quite enough. What do you do here? Do you Leroy? I think he burns the Vile Spine on the Water Alley. Yeah. Now, that being said, I mean, Barbecue's putting out a large amount of pressure. And the Voodoo Doll is going to be in place here to... Oh, the Dragon's Fury. Top deck's Dragon's Fury. And that's the nail in the coffin. Push this face. Dragon's Fury. And then you play Water Elemental as the nail in the coffin. That's super unfortunate. So Pasca is gonna win down tournament number 29, the Kenneth Donald Smith Memorial Tournament here for us, our very first prize pool tournament. So congratulations to him.